Happy snowy Sunday out there, Vol Nation. This is Frank House of Orange TV. Let's talk some Tennessee basketball. Tennessee gets the win over Auburn last night, 77-69. Third win in a row. Three really good wins in a row, too, as a matter of fact. And I've got to think this puts that team back in the top 25 tomorrow. Make sure you hit that like, that share, that subscribe on this. Tennessee never trailed in this game. Never trailed. They led from their first basket on the entire way. Got us up by as much as 16. And, a big thing, too, with this team is that you had Jacoby Gillespie in foul trouble for a portion of the second half. He was out. I like that Rick Barnes went to Bishop Boswell at the point, let him do it. He steadied it. Things went good on that. And, this team just does what it does. Last night, guys step up. As Gillespie was in foul trouble, he had 11 points last night. He had a couple brain cramps on some three-pointers, gave Auburn a couple 4-point plays, and then had some bad turnovers too. But this team needs Gillespie. They need him to stay off foul trouble, and they do need him to make better decisions along the way. But what I liked was there's many nights where Gillespie, if he would have had 11, this team couldn't have won. Last night, though, guys stepped up around. And, I was looking at it. I put it together since, as, of course, Nate Ament led the way with 22. Since his last single-digit game, which was against Texas. And, everybody's asking questions, saying all these things. I said it, and I've stuck with it on it. That Florida game, for as bad as it was, the good thing that come out at was Nate Ament got going with 17 points in that game. And since that, including the Florida game, the last 6 games, he's averaging 21.1 points per game. He is becoming that dude for Tennessee. And his shot wasn't necessarily falling last night, but what I loved was he's getting to the rim, he's getting to the free throw line, so he still impacted the game in a major way. And when Tennessee, I will take it any night, Tennessee to hit 80% from the free throw line. They dominated on the rebounds. Now Auburn, the second half, not as much. But they still, they out-rebounded Auburn, what was it, by 16, 46-30. I mean, you had 5 guys with at least 7 rebounds. Dwayne Brown stepped up big last night with Felix Okpara out. He started in place of Okpara. He went for 10.7 rebounds, stepped up big 33 minutes because J.P. Estrella was in foul trouble last night as well. He only played 16 minutes after playing, he played like 26 minutes the other night. And, but you got, with JP in trouble, you had Okpara out of the game with a calf injury, and hopefully they'll get him back this coming week. But Dwayne Brown stepped up. Jalen Carey stepped up as well. Carey had 13 points, 8 rebounds on the night, and he was especially big in the first half when he had 11 points. I think it was 5 rebounds. Then they got 27 minutes out of him. Amari Evans stepped up last night in it. He had 6 points, 8 rebounds. Bishop Boswell did his thing last night, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals on the night for him. Did have the 3 turnovers. Tennessee and their turnovers, they had 15 last night. That was probably the one thing you would like to see. And Rick Barnes made the comment, basically didn't know what they were doing. And he said something, I'm wondering if my guys aren't gambling on games. And I think he immediately started saying, I shouldn't have said that. But it is kind of a funny comment because I don't think he was at all being serious. But the turnovers can be maddening at times with it. Again, Ament, he was just like what he's doing right now. And we saw, the 29 the other night. This is just 3 good wins in a row for this team. And you got Ole Miss coming to town Thursday night. And I feel like that's one that is very gettable for them as well. I feel like that's will it be? I think any night could be a tough game in the SEC, as Tennessee's now 15-6 overall, 5-3 in conference on that. You could easily look at that record and say that I think you could easily say they could have won the Kansas game, the Syracuse game. Can't say as much on Illinois. Illinois kind of took it to them in the second half. can't say the same guy Arkansas or Florida and Kentucky. They definitely should have won the Kentucky game. So this team could have 3 losses. They could have 4 more wins. But you know what it is, and that Kentucky game, it might end up being a blessing in disguise. I've said that, and you don't ever want to lose. Don't get me wrong on that. But the way it happened, the way they blew that game, and they had a week to think about it. And I think Rick Barnes was still a little bit figuring that team out, or this team out at that point. I think in that week, though, you came back all the break. Say a break, week-long break. They come out of that, though. J.P. Estrella's back in the starting lineup. He started to do his thing. Again, foul trouble kept him, his minutes lower last night. But he still, when his time was on the court, he had some big plays while he was out there. Jalen Carey stepped up last night. Dwayne Brown stepped up. It's next man up because there's going to be nights where Gillespie or Ament are off. I mean, it just is. And Gillespie, again, he had 11 points last night. But was out, and the fact that I really thought Boswell did an excellent job running the point. Amari Evans did a good job coming in. This freshman class is really turning out to be more than I thought they would be. We knew Ament what he was going to be. We expected him to be one of the top players on the team. I don't think any of us – I don't know that we expected a lot out of Brown, out of Amari Evans. I think Troy Henderson will play more once he kind of gets over his injury. He played a couple minutes last night. He did have 1 assist in that minute, or 2 minutes. But this is, turning out to be a pretty nice class that they have with these freshmen. And then you add in the development of Boswell from last year to this year, because people were questioning, could he contribute or not? Yeah. I would say other than the Florida game, he's been solid all year, and not much of anybody had a good day at Florida. So we can look past that one. Boswell's been really good, though. He's a steady dude on this team. He's a solid guy. He can do a little bit of all the things. And, again, Estrella keeps getting better here as well. I like the future of this team. I mean, after the season, you're going to lose Gillespie. He'll be out eligibility. Ament, he's going to the draft. But at that point, if you're able to keep everybody, Para will be out of eligibility too. But you've got a pretty good core that you're bringing back next year if you're able to keep everybody around. If you can get back Brown, Estrella, Boswell, Evans, Carey, they should all be back. Troy Henderson be back. You'll add Cade Phillips back in. And then, the big thing for Barnes will be to go out and get a couple scores at that point. He's going to have to go get them. Probably, they've got their signing class coming in. So you've got to think based on the valuations that their signing class coming in there'll be some guys ready to contribute. I still think you got to go get a couple big scores in the portal this offseason. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But, here we are, 3 in a row now, as Tennessee was 2-3 in conference after that Kentucky game. You've got Ole Miss coming to town, Tuesday night? Had it pulled up here. Get back to it. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Again, that, to me, is a game that I think you've got to get that one at home. And then you've got, I wanted to look at, because Ole Miss, I wasn't sure of their record. 11-10 overall, 3-5 in conference. Again, not a bad team, but again, that's one of those you've got to get at home. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Then next Saturday night, you've got your get-back chance against Kentucky. Be a tough game. We know it is, and we know in the regular season, Mark Pope's had Rick Barnes' number. Tennessee got him when it counted last year, though. It would be big for this team, especially with the confidence they're getting on the road after really good road wins at Alabama and at Georgia, if they could go up there and get that one at Kentucky. It's definitely winnable. But they'll have to bring it. They'll have to bring it for sure, because Kentucky they'll be ready for us. Kentucky had a really good win yesterday at Arkansas, and they've been just finding ways to win. Kentucky has. But, again, I like what they've done the last 3 games. Again, I look back and I say that Kentucky game might end up being a blessing in disguise, even though you didn't want to lose it by any means. But I think that forced guys to kind of dig down dig down deep, and they found some stuff here now. And again, I think it was big yesterday too, that with Gillespie in foul trouble, that Boswell was able to steady the ship, and they did just fine in that regard. 3 nice wins in a row for this team. Again, I think they'll be back in the top 25 this coming week. Ole Miss coming in Tuesday night, very winnable game. Then you've got your chance to go up to Kentucky and get one back next week. But you guys stay safe out there. Enjoy the snow. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. I'll see you when I see you.